Hey y'all, so this morning I'm not headed to a trail. I'm actually headed to Lincoln, Nebraska. A lot of prospective thru hikers tend to do a lot of research. Gear research, watch YouTube videos, get on blogs and follow other hikers. And I'm no exception. So today I'm actually going to meet a former thru hiker and a guy that's going to be putting some effort into the trail again this year in multiple ways. A lot of people that follow him know him by his trail name, Tribute. Michael Watchorn was a 2019 NOBO thru hiker. He's got some pretty cool things on the horizon for 2020. And he's on his way actually right now back to Georgia, and he's going through Lincoln, so I'm going to go meet him and we're going to have some lunch and chat for a while.
And I think it's real and raw, and I think you did the right thing. I don't know, I just love you, and I thank you. Thank you.
You're coming back over here, and I got your
Well, hey y'all, as I said, I'm sitting here with, well, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I know you as your trail name and I know you as Michael, but I'll be honest, your last name's kind of like Mascarello. It's one of those that I could try it and I could really screw it up, or I could nail it and it's just hit or miss. So
yeah, I did the same thing actually. I did a little short video coming out here today and talking about that I'm going to meet with Tony, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to mess up his name, so because it will be public. But Michael Watchorn.
That's what I thought.
Just Watchorn, but with one H.
Yep.
And then trail name obviously Tribute.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just real briefly, like what was your motivation for hiking, and like some of your backpacking resume?
Backpacking resume is very short, very short. Just a couple of years ago, it was late 2016 when my son had come to me and said, "Hey Dad, we should hike the PCT." And I said, well, two things, since when do we hike? And what's the PCT? And he told me what the PCT was, and I said to him, I said, "Are you out of your freaking mind? Why would anybody hike that kind of a distance?" And I just thought he was nuts. But we started looking into backpacking, and we got on Amazon, started buying gear, and we started hiking on the North Country Trail up in Minnesota. And then him and I decided to, in the 2017, we hiked 107 miles to be exact, and it kicked our butt. But we had a really good time, and I became addicted. And just being out in the wilderness is pretty awesome. And then the challenge as well. It was kind of a physical challenge for me.
Oh yeah.
So, so that was kind of that's pretty much my experience, really.
Yep.
After we did that, I had an opportunity in 2018 to go to Salt Lake City and work with a friend. But of course, in my mind, I was going hiking in the mountains. Because Minnesota don't have these big mountains, right?
For sure.
So I started hiking.
We're in Nebraska, trust me.
Yeah. I think we have hills in Minnesota bigger than Nebraska.
Yeah, probably.
But anyhow, yeah, so I just started hiking, and I'm an empty nester at this point, and all my kids are grown, they're adults, and they weren't really depending on me anymore. So I just started thinking about, what's next for me, and I had, obviously by now, I already have committed to hiking the Pacific Crest Trail and with my son, but can't do that until 2023 because he's in the military.
Gotcha.
And his last year is next year.
What branch is he in?
So Army National Guard.
Very nice. Tell him thank you for us.
Yeah, I will, absolutely. In his last year, he's actually being deployed to Iraq or Syria. So
Figures.
That'll be interesting. But anyhow, so I started thinking maybe I should hike the Appalachian Trail. And so I started digging into that, watching videos, and December 4th of 2018, I made the commitment that I was gonna do it. I'd done some preparation before that, but I didn't make the decision 100% until December 4th. And the motivation was to challenge myself physically, mentally, You know, kind of in a dead spot in my, you know, where I was at.
Can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, so it's like, what do I do next? You know, just, well, let me go out and walk that trail, see if I can figure something out. You know, and just yeah. So those are the two things. But one thing I did find is when you get out there, you find other reasons of why you're there.
Yeah.
You got a lot of time to think.
That's what they tell me, yeah.
Don't do a thru-hike.
Well, and you've done, I mean, you guys just got back from the Hayduke, what, a month ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, something like that. My family that hiked with on the AT, they came out and we did about 60 miles is all on the Hayduke Trail. But we spent a lot of time goofing off.
Yeah.
And off trail and just having a good time. And in fact, I planned on hiking the Hayduke this year. But something, you know, people were pulling me out to the ATs.
Yeah, yeah. That call is powerful. I mean, it definitely is. What would you say was your biggest, like, takeaway from the trail? Your biggest, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, the thing that you got the most out of the trail?
The number one thing is probably humility. You know, I've just learned to be humble, much more than than anything has ever humbled me. That and gratitude. You know, those are the two big things. Was gratitude and humility.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, from that, then I guess besides not seeing Maryland because you did it in the dark, what's your biggest regret or disappointment from the trail?
I can't say I have any disappointments.
No? Very cool.
No disappointments at all.
Nothing I was
regrets?
gonna say nothing you wish you would have done differently, or
No, because
not eating all the ice cream at Harper's Ferry. Or...
No, did you see that video? I tried to beat the record. That was dumb. But you know, it's hard to really say. I mean, I can certainly say things I could do different, but I would never go back and change what I did, because that was the hike I hiked for 2019. Now I do it again, there will be things I do a little bit different. You know, I did take time to check out the views, and I did go kind of fast. You know, we put on a lot of miles. But to do something different, it's really hard for me to say. You know, maybe slow down a little bit.
How many blue blazes did you really kind of take? I mean, do you pretty much stick to the white blazes, or?
No. Well, I hit. Honestly, I probably missed a few miles of white blaze because there's some blue.
Oh my God, purists, plug your ears.
I'm not a purist. Sorry, guys. Hey, I respect you. I respect all the purists. But what I did do, there was a specific area that there was a blue blaze that was actually longer than the white blaze, but the views I heard were incredible.
We're better.
So I went ahead and did that. I messed up once, and I'm just kind of chilling along, whatever. And I didn't see that the trail went this way, and I kept going. And so I missed probably a mile and a half of white blaze there.
Yeah.
And when I finally figured out where I was at, I'm like, well, I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And so I missed about a mile and a half there. But
Actually, on that note, did you use what did you use for a trail guide? Did you take AWOL, gut hooks?
I did have the companion for a while, but eventually I just sent it home because I was hiking with others that had AWOL.
Yeah.
And so I'd either take a photo of it, or I just followed them. Or
Yep.
We knew where we were going. But every now and then I would look at maps, just Google Maps, and you could see the Appalachian Trail.
Oh wow.
That's how I found out that I was not on the trail.
Huh.
I'm like, because I couldn't find a white blaze, and I'm like, where am I? So I pulled it out and looked at it. I'm like, well, I'm not even on the trail. And the trail kind of looped around but tied back in. So.
No kidding.
But
Well, that's good to know.
You know, and a couple blue blazes into a town, but then I'd go back. You know, so.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, 99.9%.
Well, you mentioned blue blazes in town. What was your favorite town?
Oh. I think Gatlinburg was pretty cool.
Okay.
You know, I'd almost want to say Gatlinburg. I mean, because that comes right off. I do want to go back to visit Harper's Ferry. that was pretty cool. We just spent a lot of time there. But I do want to go back there. I'd like to learn some more about the history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history right there, and I'd like to learn more about that. So, but I would have to say probably Gatlinburg.
Right on.
Just because I mean it's a touristy spot.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
it was fun. Yeah.
Right on. I know you've got a lot going on this year. Obviously, the trail's been calling you. What is the agenda itinerary? I know you're headed to Georgia as we speak to do Trail Magic and do some shuttling and stuff like that. What's the plans for 2020?
They've even put me on the Trail Angel list.
Very cool.
For this year, Ramdino on the trail did that, and
You know what?
reached
I
out.
just a couple weeks ago on his video, I saw that.
Yeah, and so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to go out there to Georgia, and I'm going to hang around Georgia, North Carolina area, maybe even touch into Tennessee for about 2 months, do some trail magic, help some shuttling, do some shuttling. And I'm mentoring, if you will, 4 people, 4
Yep.
hikers this year, and so I'm going to hike the trail with them in some of the areas, do the approach trail, get them
Nice.
through that.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited about that. In fact, I'm thinking I might be able to get all the way through the Smokies hiked with them.
Would you like to name those four folks?
Yeah, so Poncho's the only one with the trail name. Nick Meadows. Also knows as
Another Day's
Poncho.
Walk?
Is he Another Day's Walk? Yep. Young kid, 19 years old, very ambitious, fun kid. Having a little bit of trouble right now being able to commit to the trail financially, but he's making things happen, so it's pretty cool. Mike Mayer, he's got some experience. It's been a lifelong dream of his. He's able to get out there, and Christy Sienna, a young gal, in her 30s. She's been 17 years as a first responder. So she's fighting some PTSD, some of the things that they see.
Yeah.
And then Lane Hagerman up from Michigan. He's hiking as well, and he's just going out there to actually teach his children about sacrifice and powering through, and his agenda for why he's hiking is pretty neat. It's a pretty good story. And of course, they can find that story on my YouTube as well.
For sure.
Stuff like that. So, but I'm going to kind of follow them along, and I'm going to continue on up the trail and get to Katahdin. And if I can get all 4 of them up to Katahdin, I'm summiting with each one of them.
Nice.
And then of course, when I summit with the last one, that's when I'm going to turn around and I'm going to walk back.
And a Sobo?
I'm going to Sobo.
Very cool. Very cool. What was it just the call of the trail, or what motivated you to want to do a Sobo, especially when you consider that depending on, how long it takes the 4th one to finish? It could be kind of late.
Well, all 4 plan to finish end of June, early August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, if you guys followed Hawk Mains, he didn't start until the end of August.
Yeah, for his
flip
Sobo.
Or his yo-yo. So I got plenty of time there. And I think that Hawk and I have a lot of the same hiking style. So, but yeah, we'll just see what happens.
He put in some big miles at the beginning. I don't know. I haven't been all the way through his videos, but I know at the beginning, man, especially I think that first day he pushed like an obscene amount of miles.
He was doing 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty crazy. I guess as far as doing your trail magic, is there any way, financially, that people can help you out to contribute to your mission out on?
Yeah. So, in the beginning, I honestly just, people were saying, hey, come out, whatever, and it's a leap of faith. And then someone reached out to me and says, hey, Tribute, why don't you start asking for donations for your trail magic stuff? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not into asking people for money, But they made me realize that people want to help.
Yeah.
They absolutely want to help, and they live vicariously through us. They just have no other way of helping. So by donating $20 or $30 or whatever it might be, they feel like they're part of the community. So I set up a donation page and where people donated. It was absolutely amazing. In fact, we reached $1,000 in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
24 hours.
Very nice.
I think somebody else was watching that. Says, "Oh, 24 hours. I'm donating the rest." So we hit that $1,000, and then there's been about another 250 since then. So, but there is a way you can donate to that cause or to Trail Magic through my page.
Very cool. Very cool.
Just Tributes Charging Station.
Yep. That's on Facebook.
And other people are sharing it everywhere, so it's out there. Class of 2020.
Yep.
Page. It's on there somewhere.
Well, I mean, obviously, anybody that knows you or has followed you knows you're all about guiding people and trying to motivate other people. What just a couple of things? What would be your advice for a prospective thru-hiker?
Get your head wrapped around what's really going to happen out there, even though most of the time we have no clue what we're going to be up against. You need to be open to changing your mindset, because I think there's so many people out there in the society we live in today. It's all about, we're all under stress for one reason or another, whether it's work, family problems, politics, which is absolutely ridiculous. That we need to get involved in that kind of thing, because it causes a lot of contention upon each other. I mean, we see people that are like best friends, but yet they think differently about one thing or another, and then all of a sudden, there's contention there.
Yeah.
And so to get out there and thru hike, all that stuff goes away. And it's absolutely amazing. But you've got to be open to changing your mindset, especially about challenges. Because if we go in there negative Nellies, the first time we trip up, twist an ankle, we want to quit or we just get negative. So changing the mindset and looking for the positive and finding the beauty in the ugliest of days. In fact, one of the common things we hear is embrace the suck. I would challenge us not to even necessarily embrace the suck, but go search for the suck.
Yeah.
Go search for it and take it head on. Get that mindset that you're gonna face it, regardless of no matter how you look at it, what you do. You're gonna come across something that's gonna suck real bad. But going into it with a positive attitude and looking for the beauty, looking for the value in that challenge is gonna help you through. It'll get you through.
It's really good advice, I think, for anybody, not even just for thru-hikers, but just in life in general.
Well, and I'll tell you, coming back off of a thru hike, when you've been in that environment and that mindset is there, and then all of a sudden you get bombarded with life again, and it's like, holy crap, and it's and I'm not trying to say that I necessarily got soft. I mean, I'm as tough as leather, but there are sometimes it's like, I can't believe you just said that or acted like that. That's horrible, because on the trail we're so used to a certain. In fact, Kingpin put it perfectly. Says it's anarchy out here, and everybody gets along really well. So,
I think that's the thing I love about Hiker Trash is the fact that it doesn't matter where you're from when you're on that trail. We're all the same, whether it's the AT, the PCT, the CDT, the Colorado Trail, the Hayduke. That whatever it is, you could have been the richest person in the world. You could have the 10-pound pack, and you're still the same as the person walking next to you with the like the guy we were talking earlier with the 45 pounds on his back. I mean,
well, I witnessed people that were basically homeless. They live on the trail, and that's all they ever do. And they do odd jobs to get by to make money. I sat there and watched that person there camp, hike with a rocket scientist. I met a couple rocket scientists out there that work for NASA, and it's like, what are you guys doing out here? Type thing.
Yeah.
And not to take away from them, but those guys, they might be geniuses at the same time. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science, right? But sometimes it's like, they don't even know how to set up a tent. It's like, what? But you've got these two type of people, lawyers, doctors. I bet doctors out there.
Yeah.
All walks of life, but yet they come together. They don't care where that other person comes from. We're all, like you said, hiker trash, and we're out there for our personal reasons, but we all become friends, and in some cases, lifelong friends.
Maybe we should start a petition that everybody has to hike the trail.
Right? But then it would be overcrowded, and
This is true.
It would
This is
be
true.
nice if everybody, and that's what I tell people all the time. I tell my mother, you need to go out on the trail. You need to go hike the trail because it does change. It does change lives for the better. Well, maybe it does.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
As far as after effects of the trail, everybody talks about, I mean, Zach Davis wrote a whole book about, well, not about planning for the PTSD or the
Post-trail depression.
Yeah, post-trail depression. But I mean, is that something that's really hit you? Is that a motivation for wanting to go back, or yeah?
It's real. It is absolutely very real. And at first, I'm like, I'm not going to get it, no big deal, because I've got something to go back to. I mean, you can go home, get engaged. You can get engaged, and I'm actually going to do a video specifically about this. But it did hit me after a while, and I think that's another reason that's really pulling me out there, is because then I can get involved with the community again, and I love being out on the trail. It's great.
Yeah.
So, but it's very, very real.
Right on.
And I don't think that you can really plan. The only thing you can really do is commit to yourself that when you get off trail that you continue to stay engaged with the community, stay engaged and keep it busy, and whether that's getting a gym membership, if you're unable to get into the mountains or trail, those are the only ways I think you can prepare. I don't have all the answers to that at this point.
For sure. Did you gain any weight when you got done?
I went out there, I weighed 189 pounds when I got on the trail. When I got off trail, I was 154. I'm 185 today.
So you bounced back out then?
But I did actually go to the gym, and I've actually put about 5-6 pounds of muscle on
Yep.
In my upper body, because I was just nothing but a scrawny. And I got some love handles back again. So
Yeah.
But those will get rid of here in a few weeks. So.
Yeah, the summer was rough on me, so I can relate to that. Last question for you, man. Where can people follow you, and where can they join along?
Well, on Facebook, Michael Watchorn, not the British rock star, but the hiker trash, elite athlete of the Appalachian Trail. That's what it says on there anyway. Oh, and
Outstanding.
ex-Spartan, elite athlete, of, whatever. But yeah, Michael Watchorn on Facebook, and then Hike and Health on Instagram, and then Hike and Health Adventures on YouTube.
Right on. All right, people. Heading back from Lincoln to Omaha after having a fantastic lunch with Michael Watchorn, aka Tribute. Cannot thank him enough for that. That was awesome. Also, to you fantastic people, we broke 415 subscribers yesterday. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For those of you that are new to the channel, man, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Give us a subscribe. Hit the bell. You'll get notified when I put out new videos. Love to have you join me along my trip along the Appalachian Trail coming up here in March. Got a few videos coming out between now and then. Some gear reviews. Hopefully I'll get in some local hikes, some training, besides just being on my treadmill. Tribute, man, thank you so much again. I hope you have a safe trip down to Georgia. Hope you have a safe trip just to St. Louis tonight. It's a little bit slick. I'm only doing 50 on the interstate. Normally this would be the point where I tell you I wish you were here. Although right now it's probably best that you're not. Probably not very safe at the moment.
Stumble around in the night under